A love letter from the divine masculine to the feminine, and a story. From the divine masculine, I will love you regardless of if we stay together in union or not, or if you need to explore or you need to figure yourself out. I will still love you. These are similar to the words that I, Jack, in this body and this personality, said to my beloved Amanda back in 2015 in San Diego. And in my personal experience, I told Amanda that I would still love her, regardless of if we stayed together or not. Because I love who she is. I love her energy. I love her soul. And that love is infinite. So I knew deep down, even if we wound up as friends, she fell in love with someone else, I knew I'd still love her. Doesn't need to be romantic love. It's unconditional love. This also does not necessarily mean polyamory either, unless that's your preference. So I'm gonna read a couple notes here. That night, I remember I asked Amanda, do you feel the desire to explore more with this man that she actually met? We were both at a party in San Diego. And in that moment, my only goal was to uncover her truth. What was her truth? The truth of her soul, the truth of her heart. Because I knew that if I ignored that, because I was too scared, if I ignored the fact that she might feel a connection with another person and want to explore that, then I would be suppressing her true self, her desire. Even if she did have attraction for another man, another person, which she did, it doesn't mean that it's permanent. Because I know that desire and emotions are fleeting and they can change. Not always, but they can change. So after about an hour conversation that I had with her after that evening, she said she did have genuine curiosity towards this man. And she still had a few remaining doubts about our connection. Now, some in the twin flame community may say that, oh, this means that you're not twin flames. Oh my God. That doesn't resonate for me. In my experience, in everyone's experience, this is an infinite playground. We can choose whatever we want. We are unconditionally loved, no matter what. And I believe in total freedom. So, I also wanted to get down to the truth. What was Amanda's truth? Because if I was in a relationship with her from a place that was not her aligned truth, then I knew I didn't want to continue that, because I knew I want us to both be coming from our truth so that we are in true divine union together. So honestly, I could have said that she cannot explore with this other guy. I could have set a boundary like most men would have done. You know, she already committed to me. We were already talking about marriage. And, you know, I thought like part of me would think like, it wasn't fair to throw away all of the love that we had together. Yet I knew that the truth is what I'm committed to, even if it's painful. So, yeah, if I had asked her to stay with me, then that would be coming from fear and scarcity. I wanted to come from love. So I chose to come from that place of freedom and abundance And that meant fully honoring her truth, even if it was heartbreaking for the both of us, honestly. It was also heartbreaking for her because she didn't want to end what we had created. However, she did have some real feelings come up. Now, later on, we learned that these feelings were more of a projection, was more of an illusion. Okay, so feelings are not always our truth. Sometimes, when we're ascending, when we're evolving, we learn. And sometimes we learn from the belief systems that we have that generate certain emotions, yet maybe in the first place, those belief systems are not our preference and are not in alignment with our soul. So there's no shame in this. There's no shame in making mistakes. There's no shame in this example, us breaking up for a certain amount of time, and then later we got back together through synchronicity. I'll tell you a bit more. So that day we both cried and share our deepest fears around separation. We listened to each other's truth. We welcomed the full expression of all of our emotions, including the sadness, the grief, the fear of never being with each other again. It was intense. So I asked her if she'd like to create a container for her to safely explore while also having clear agreements between us. So we were respecting ourselves and our needs and our emotions. And these agreements that we could both agree to so that our individual needs and honors and our needs were met. She said yes to this. And after a couple more hours, here's what we agreed to. You can use this as a template if you're ever going through something similar with your beloved. So we agreed to the following. Number 1, no communication for 1 month. So we can feel the freedom to connect with other people if we feel like we need to, without our connection getting in the way. And this way we can really test to see if there is, because at the time, this was like 7 or 8 years ago, it's probably something in the back of our both of minds where it's like, what if there's something better? What if there's like someone else out there for me? Which I think is natural, because I think all of us have certain insecurities, especially in divine union. When we're in divine union, or when we're approaching divine union, all of our greatest fears come up and traumas. So it's totally normal from my perspective. So we allowed to give ourselves that freedom for 1 month. Number 2, no kissing or hooking up with another person, just explore connecting. It was too much. We didn't want to hook up with other people at this point. But if we did after 1 month, then we could check in with each other again about that if needed. So we had no communication for that month so that we could have that full freedom. These agreements allowed us to safely test out our love to see if it was strong enough to withstand other shiny, sexier possibilities out there that we may have thought maybe could be out there, without prematurely breaking our bond and just pulling the Band-Aid off forever. That's coming more from fear and scarcity and dogma, rather than staying present and open to the possibilities and staying creative, being creative, creatively creating agreements that work for us both. Imagine that. So we allow this container to hold our freedom to temporarily explore while simultaneously allowing us to reconnect again after 1 month, which felt, safely, because, we knew that we were going to come together no matter what. Whether we stayed together romantically or not, we would still communicate after a month. Yet we made sure to come together in truth, not codependency or fear. It needed to be a heaven yes for us both. So what happened? Well, after 1 month, synchronistically, I manifested a temp job at a Google event very close to where Amanda lived at the time, in Southern California. I worked for that event. I was thinking about Amanda the whole time. And by the end of the month, I reached out to her and said, hey, you want to hang out as friends? Just see how it goes. Totally unattached, what would happen? My only intention was to be present, deeply present in the present moment with her, without getting distracted with like, are we hooking up? Are we friends? Are we lovers? Are we or not even trying to get back with her, but just being present, fully there with her, fully present with whatever we wanted to explore together. And we just called it friends because that felt safe, safe for us to connect without any pressure. So we agreed to hang out without labels, just two soulful, attractive people hanging out. And originally we agreed to not get physical, yet as you may have guessed, that didn't last super long. And the rest is history. We just had an amazing time together as friends, and then we just kind of wound up exploring physically because that's just what happened. And because we were being so present with one another, and that's what was unfolding. And we weren't resisting it or getting in the way with too much fear or things like that. And we have been married for 3 years now. We own a business together, helping our clients awaken true love in their lives, living from this full freedom and unconditional love that is available to us all. It is so freaking magical. We travel the world. We live with fully infinite possibilities. We're living in an amazing country, an amazing island that we love. It's in Bali. We have a full-time nanny. We've manifested our dream reality because we have consciously decided together what we want to create and create it. Even though there are so-called limitations, we are actually limitless. And so we love creating the life of our dreams together. We have a beautiful daughter as well. She is a complete joy. And she's a challenge too some days. So are you going through any dating or relationship challenges right now? If you would love to experience this level of freedom and abundance and divine union, then check out our links below. You're gonna love some of our free trainings and free checklists, as well as some of our programs if you're interested. So love you so much. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Namaskar.